On Britain's streets, a battle is raging.
I have 2 children. I'm living in what is like a crack den.
Please!
Oh, God.
On one side, 2 million private landlords.
Put a hell of a strain on me. You should have to kill a person.
This is our home! This ain't his land!
On the other, 11 million tenants.
I'm going to have to mortgage my pension to pay this debt off.
For those on the front line,
Oh my God, it's dog crap on the curtains.
This could be criminal negligence.
from housing officers
No one should be allowed to live like this. This is unacceptable.
to eviction specialists,
Oh, dear.
I'm here from the landlord group to give you the possession order. You are a trust.
and letting agents.
Get off my land!
It's a frigging full room.
The cases they're dealing with are becoming ever more extreme.
We've scheduled an inspection on the property this afternoon. Because we've got a bit of arrears, we're a bit unsure about the whereabouts of the tenant.
Letting agent Paul Ainsworth-Lord has over 800 rental properties on his books. This means every so often he's faced with difficult tenants and a dangerous situation.
We're not really sure what the state of play is, so it's a bit of a fact-finding mission as well as an inspection.
Today, Paul is chasing one of his tenants, Lee, who hasn't paid his rent in 4 months.
We've been trying to get hold of Lee for a good while. Someone's changed the lock. Tenants, when they go quiet, there's a few alarm bells ring. I'll just get my step ladders to go out and back.
Fearing Lee may have abandoned the property, Paul decides to check out the rear garden.
Because we've got a changed lock on the front door, quite often they don't change the back door. So a good old telescopic ladder's come in handy on this job. The dogs. This is the tricky bit. Looks like they might have green fingers who live here. I don't like what I'm seeing, actually. Change the back door lock and all. This is the polythene that they use for growing. It reflects all light. There's dozens of these tubs and loads of fans. Obviously growing cannabis.
Paul came here chasing up missing rent. Instead, it appears he may have stumbled upon a drugs farm.
I'm going to come back tomorrow and we'll get one of the maintenance guys to drill the locks out. And if my gut instinct's right, I'm not going to catch somebody in the act of growing cannabis here. Just in case we have a problem with these dogs, I've got some chicken fillets. So if they do give me any aggravation, I can treat them.
The following day, Paul returns.
As soon as we open the door, I'll chuck them a bit of chicken, and hopefully they'll be interested in the chicken instead of my leg.
It isn't just the 2 large dogs that Paul's worried about.
I've called one of the lads to come and drill the lock out so we can put the correct locks back on. It took us 30 minutes, half an hour to drill the locks out. There were special locks that were on this door. They'd been changed to hardened steel barrels. In fact, I was dead certain that we were about to encounter some sort of cannabis growing activity, yeah. A bit too good to be given to a dog. Right. Mate. Come on. Hello. What are you doing, guys? Come on. Come on. Come on. What's to do? There you go. Oh. God, it's nipped my finger.
The tenant may be AWOL, but the property is clearly still occupied.
These are like hydroponic trays. There's definitely either a supplier of kit or there's something going on here. I knew that we hadn't got to the bottom of this. I knew there was a grow in this house. I thought there must be.
These two here, these should have been in the bottom of this side. So what they've done is put it directly into the fuse, so it's bypassing this completely.
So they're robbing electric, are they?
Yeah, completely.
A couple of snooker balls in a sock. I thought, oh my God, just as well nobody's home. Could have been a different story. You could have grabbed a sock with a snooker ball and you just lash out, and next thing, you know, blue lights and ambulances. British champion. Men's English Thai boxing champion. This guy can clearly handle himself. The whole thing's just a bit weird, really. Oh yeah, here we go. This is where it's all.
What you doing in my house?
Hang on a minute, lad, who are you?
It turns out the house isn't empty.
Who are you?
A man's been hiding in one of the bedrooms, and it's not the tenant, Lee.
Where's he gone? I just don't believe what just happened then. There was no sign of life one minute, and the next minute, all the hell breaks out.
The fleeing man lets the dogs loose.
Why have you done that?
So, a female neighbour arrives to assist.
Can I please? I've got a situation at 7 Onion Street. I need some police assistance.
Can I get the leads for the dogs, please?
Because of all the comings and goings outside, I need to make sure we've got possession of the house. Just need to have a look upstairs. Oh, my neck. In terms of how well constructed this is, I'm quite impressed with, you know, it's clean, tidy, neat. Everything's, well, neat. The whole thing, it's like a professional outfit. This is like the filter. Quite impressive, really. It's got a complete irrigation system going on here. It's full submersible pump. I mean, it's a very healthy crop. I mean, like, all beautiful and green. It's just a shame it's what it is. A bit like some weird salad. You know, when you've been to some fancy place and they give you some fancy salad and you think, what's that meant to be? A bit like that kind of smell. This is the very reason this house has been secured up. There are anti-vandal security barrels on the front and back door of this house. You know, a lot of thought gone into this. You know, it's like, this is all black market money.
This is clearly a drugs farm, but the whereabouts of the official tenant and his unpaid rent is still a mystery. Next, in Darwin.
Absolutely fuck all to do with you as well.
Well, it is something to do with us. Where is it?
And in Cambridgeshire.
Oh, dear.
My God, that is so dangerous.
One of them was hiding in the house and has just come out.
Letting agent Paul Ainsworth-Lord has just found a cannabis farm in a property he manages. Now the police have arrived. And so has an unannounced visitor.
Excuse me. Oh, where's all these fucking claws?
While a man has fled the scene, there's no sign of the tenant himself.
Absolutely take a fucking piss. What the fuck has gone on here?
That last there, she tipped up, wanting to get some belongings for the guy that was hiding in the front bedroom here. Where's your...
Absolutely fuck all to do with you as well.
Well, it is something to do with us.
Well, it's really not, is it?
Well, it is, because he rents an house and he's got arrears and he's changed all locks, we couldn't get in, he's ignoring us, so where is he? You can't take over a house that you rent and then be growing a load of stuff in the attic. You know, it's just taking mick.
Well, don't take your fucking ass.
Bring your voice down and we'll talk.
Well, would you not be angry?
We'll talk. Come in here and we'll have a chat. Are you going to continue like that?
No, I'm not. I just need to calm down, so angry.
You do need to calm down. Trust me, you do need to calm down. Yeah? Just stand to one side just in case she comes out like a banshee.
It's a bit all of a... It is was right now. Just trying to keep a track of what's going on myself.
Paul gets a call from the office,
Ooh, I wasn't expecting that today.
which appears to shed light on the whereabouts of the tenant, who hasn't paid rent in 4 months.
This house is rented to Lee, and rumour has it he's in the nick. He's been banged up. Do you know when he'll be back, roughly?
I do not know, and like I said, that's got nothing to do with you. And soon you'll be finding out, won't you, obviously?
Well, it is to do with us, because he's a tenant here, isn't he?
Right, anyway, got the keys, all I will say.
Right.
Bye! See you later.
It's been confirmed Lee is in prison, serving time for ABH. So it's possible he had nothing to do with the weed farm. Now, Paul and the landlord have to decide what to do with the property.
My job to my landlord, to our clients, is to protect their assets. I really need to get a grip of what's happening here. This could be a mess.
Becoming one of Britain's 2 million private landlords can sometimes mean taking on a whole lot more than just bricks and mortar. 3 years ago, Leslie Ann spent £30,000 buying the cottage next door to her riverside home. But she's not been able to set foot in it since. The property was cheap because it came with a long-term resident, known as a protected tenant, paying a controlled rent.
I was a neighbour for 7 years and landlord for just over 3 years. She moved in February 1983, so she's actually been a tenant in the property for nearly 34 years.
Leslie, a retired social worker, had serious concerns about her tenant's welfare and the conditions she was living in.
She was a hoarder. Because of her hoarding mental health issues, she wouldn't sort of engage in any sort of form of conversation.
Years spent trying to get her tenant and neighbour help proved fruitless.
She was very articulate. She was very forthright. She was at times very aggressive. So there was a personality there that meant that she could actually scare people off. She denied that she needed help.
4 months ago, Leslie Ann learnt that the tenant had been taken to hospital and tragically had died. She was just 61 years old. Eviction specialist Paul Champlina has been helping her with this unusual case. They had to get a document called a deed of surrender from the court before being granted access.
It's quite incredible that if a tenant passes away and the property couldn't be passed on to someone else and to carry on the tenancy, we still couldn't get possession. We still had to pursue it through the courts.
The late tenant was an extreme hoarder, so Leslie fears what she and Paul will find inside today.
Oh, it's just everywhere. You can't even get up the steps. Just hoardings and papers and letters and... Ugh. Even through the mask. Stinks.
When you've been told you need protective clothing, you know it's going to be pretty grim. Leanne, we finally meet. How are you after all this time?
My relationship with the tenant was really strained. I'd never actually been allowed to gain access inside the property.
She was reclusive, like she was a hoarder, wasn't she?
Severe hoarder.
Really? The last time anyone has been inside, either yourself or Ian, was in 2015?
Yep.
OK, right. The next stage is what's in there and how do you deal with it?
Leslie Ann's friend and builder, Ian, is joining the inspection. To avoid the risk of infection, protective clothing is a must.
I'm ready. I don't know what I'm ready for, but I'm ready. This was a really unique and very strange case because it wasn't an eviction. It was us to take formal possession of the property. But God knows what's behind that door. Right, oh God. Oh dear. It's horrendous.
This is the first time in 3 years that Leslie has seen inside her property.
Oh my God. Perfect cooker. Oh my God, that is so dangerous. So she never cooked? Obviously.
No.
When I walked into that property, I was just flabbergasted of how someone could actually live like that. So where does she sleep?
She slept for nearly a year in the living room.
God, how can someone live like this?
I've seen hoarding sort of in my social work career, but not the extent of the severity of the hoarding. We were actually shocked and horrified what we were finding.
The smell is absolutely unbearable. The worst property I've ever been in 25, 27 years.
It's all too much for Leslie Ann, who has to leave.
To me, it smells of death, you know?
The woman, she was only 61. She wasn't an elderly lady. It's just really, really tragic, isn't it? How people have got themselves into. She literally had a little pathway and she was sitting there. So tragic. This is upsetting because you know that someone was dying in that chair. Someone's rubbish is someone else's belongings. You know, these are all her personal belongings.
Paul needs to inspect the whole cottage, but that's easier said than done.
Everywhere you walked, you thought something was going to fall or you thought you were going to put your hand through something. This is so dangerous, you can put your foot through it. Well, I don't even know, where's the stairs? Oh, right. That's how bad it is, I don't even know where the stairs are to go upstairs.
The upper floor is so cluttered, even the deceased tenant had stopped using it.
Oh my God. Let me put my torch on. This is her bedroom. She hadn't been up there for years.
The ceiling's all collapsed.
Oh my God. Are we brave enough to open the fridge? Let's go for it.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I need to get a bit of fresh air. Oh.
It's just so distressing.
No.
You can smell it.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I do know what you mean. It's just so tragic that someone can live.
She was dying.
I think what's really hard to understand is someone could just live there, sleep there, stay there 24/7.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so distressing and sad. No interaction with anyone else. I mean, just can you imagine just being a person, just, you can't even walk 5 yards.
The only regret is that I couldn't help her, I couldn't save her, I could, you know, that's truthfully sort of, that's the only regret, sort of, you know.
Leslie's next challenge will be cleaning out the cottage and discovering exactly what state the building is in. Housing enforcement officers, Micaiah Angus and Andrew Sedman, are on their way to one of the borough's most prominent landmarks, the Mason's Arms. But it's not the pub they're interested in. It's the rooms above it.
It's been a problem property for approaching a decade. Overcrowded slum conditions. There's between 3 and 7 individuals in each room. There are 14 rooms.
To sum it up, I'd just say it's a weeping sore of Harrow. Horrible.
The property has already been raided several times by the council. Despite their efforts, it's consistently been one of the most extreme and dangerous examples of slum housing in the borough.
As I walked in, I was like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. Fecal matter.
Well, I wouldn't stand in that.
I'm seeing raw sewage flowing onto the public highway and people having to like step over it or step in it. It's disgusting.
This morning, the housing officers are joining the police, fire brigade and planning department for a full inspection.
Good morning, Harrow Council.
Next, in Harrow.
There's plenty of money being made. There's a lot of questions here that need answering.
And in Blackpool.
A methadone bottle here. Another sharp on the windowsill.
Housing officers and police are raiding a former pub.
Hello, we need to inspect all the rooms.
The property has permission to house up to 9 people. It's soon clear there are far more than that living here.
Come on, this is desperate.
Squeezed into each of the 14 rooms are 2 to 3 beds and at least the same number of fridges.
Got 2 fridges.
3.
3, oh yeah.
Andrew decides to check in with the housekeeper.
Excuse me. How many people live here, please?
Where? In the house?
The whole property upstairs.
Now it's 14.
14?
Yes.
There's a lot more. You must have had at least 3 people in each room. You've got 14 rooms there. So there was well over 30 people living there.
As well as the housekeeper and her son, the only other person present is Nikolai, the man who collects the rent on behalf of the landlord.
I wish to talk to him. There's 3 or 4 of them in a room. They're paying £300 each a month.
You know, most people here is labourers. They catch like £60 a day.
I can understand they're looking for cheap accommodation, but we also have to ensure that that property, that home, that place is safe for them to reside in.
There's plenty of money being made here, ridiculous amounts of money. They're definitely not spending that money on repairs here. There's a lot of questions here that need answering. I think the answers are very obvious. They don't care.
When you collect the rent, do you issue receipts to the individuals?
Before, I talked about 2 years ago, yeah, I collect like every room and giving a receipt also, exactly. But
Okay, you've got records of those receipts.
I don't know because this is long
You're
time.
supposed to, if it's only 2 years ago, you're supposed to keep your receipts for at least 6 to 7 years. Have you been declaring the income from this property?
Listen, from now I no collect the rent.
You know what, you're going to have to explain to our associates in the tax office as to what you've been doing. I hope so. But the thing is, you're not going to be able to fob them off. Right, I've had enough of this. Let's get out of here.
Yep.
Micaiah and Andrew have seen enough to know that they need to close the place down.
It was fair to say no one can live there anymore. Too many hazards, too dangerous. So knowing what we'd seen, immediate action, shut it down.
I think I'd be lying if I was to say there's a little bit of something going on in the back of my head saying, are you sure this is going to be okay?
Over a month ago, letting agent Paul Ainsworth-Lord discovered a marijuana farm at a property he manages on behalf of a landlord. The tenant, Lee, was in prison at the time, so the police don't know who was responsible.
I'm a bit worried about going up to Lee's house. He can definitely handle himself.
Lee has just been released, and today Paul is meeting him to discuss whether he'll be able to stay in the house.
You know, my job, you've got to manage these things holistically. Because, you know, I don't know when I might bump into this guy again. It could be next Sunday when we're out with the children, with the kids, you know, and the last thing you want is some confrontation.
Lee, a former British kickboxing champion, owes 6 months' rent.
There are all sorts of things going through my mind. I'm thinking, you know, what sort of reception am I going to get? I really didn't have a clue as to how that meeting was going to go. Hiya. You all right? I should imagine he's getting the dogs out the way. You put the dogs out back? Yeah. Oh. You all right to have a chat to you? See what's been going on whilst you've been away? Dogs ain't back?
Yeah.
So what's been going on whilst you were away, Lee?
You know as much as me.
So who's been up to no good whilst you've been here?
I don't know. There's a lot of people in the house, weren't there?
Were there?
Yeah, yeah.
So, the elephant in the room. As you probably know, there's a bit of a weed farm going on. Did you have anything to do with what was going on upstairs?
Nothing to...
No.
Nothing about it.
Well, that's what...
I was in prison, I was in prison.
Yeah. How come you got sent down?
Fine.
Surprise, surprise, eh? You know, you can't let this happen, because at the end of the day, the tenancy's in your name. But the tenancy, the responsibility for this house is in your name. And if we're looking for somebody to bollock, if you like, or blame, or take responsibility, it falls to you.
Yeah.
So the benefit of the doubt was placed on you having nothing to do with it. And that's why it was agreed that you could move back. You know, don't let it happen again. When the question of should we let Lee move back into the house cropped up, my initial reaction was, can I was like, and you sleep on things for a day or two, and he'd been with us a long time. We'd never had any problems with him. If he hadn't been away, maybe this would never have happened. So we're going to step up our inspections more frequently. Oh, I need you to keep your ship running tight. You know. So, ship shape, Bristol fashion, they said, aren't they? All right, like. Yeah. Okay, good man.
As it's unclear who's responsible for the weed farm, the police take no further action.
See you later, Lee. Cheers, fella. Thanks.
Lee has agreed to pay the £4,000 rent arrears in instalments.
He's very much aware that at the end of the day, it's his responsibility, that house. And he needs to make sure there's no shenanigans going on inside.
Former coal miner John Bartram runs a letting agency with 400 properties on his books. Most are let by the room, and the majority of his tenants are on benefits. Drugs are a big problem, and some of the situations he comes across are extreme.
I don't know what to expect. It could be fine, the property could be absolutely fine. On the other hand, it could be half ripped apart, the mess.
John has taken a new property onto his books. He's yet to see it, so today, along with his handyman Billy, he's carrying out an inspection.
Hi, Billy. Billy? Billy? What's up?
You got the keys to the front door?
We don't think there is any.
They're locked from the outside, them doors. They're them ones what self-lock, so you can't get in them. Perhaps to snap it or something on the car.
Yeah.
With the decline of the tourist trade, many former Blackpool guest houses have been turned into bedsits for those on low incomes. This former hotel has been empty for the last 2 years.
Something behind it. Right behind the door.
Suspiciously, the front door seems to have been blocked from the inside.
Something behind that door. Not gonna get past that.
What we see as an agent is the darker side of life. You see a lot of poverty. So do we try and get around the back, Billy, or what do we do?
That looks really.
Can we get around the back? I wish we'd got a portfolio where there was all family houses. I don't know whether this is secure or not. But you see prostitution, you see your drugs, you see properties that's been broken into, being squatted. This actually looks pretty secure. A lot of these people are down on the backside. Where the window was boarded, the board has been taken off. It's a sure sign that there's squatters in there. Absolute nightmare, honestly, absolute nightmare. Well, no more once Billy's got his access.
Let's slide that one away.
Go in, let's have a look through here. There's a screw holding the inner door and somebody secured it before we've got here. Let's have a look downstairs first.
It's soon clear that the building has been recently squatted.
Needles everywhere, you know, everything all over the place. There is an issue with drugs in places like Blackpool. Heroin, foil heroin burns.
Methadone bottle.
A methadone bottle here. And when you actually go into a property that's been squatted, you are always vigilant. Another sharp on the windowsill here. That could be something like sharps lying about that could do harm to me or my colleagues.
2 decades ago, this was a hotel catering to tourists visiting Blackpool's famous Golden Mile.
Yeah, I mean, as we look here, it's prime location. Maximum 200 metres off the promenade, right near Central Pier. Prime location for anybody to have a nice home, and you come into shit like what we're seeing in front of us. If the landlord could see what I could see, he would be shocked. Could be completely wrong. It looks the property's empty. Pigeons have been getting in. There's more pigeon mess, and it just the mind boggles.
There's just one final room left to check. Next.
What are you doing in here?
In Blackpool, in Harrow.
Oh, God. That's not for chopping vegetables, is it, really?
Letting agent John Bartram is checking a former hotel, which is set to be refurbished and turned into bedsits.
Hello. Oh, hello. I've been all right.
Hey?
What are you doing in here?
We've been on the streets.
Hey?
We've been on the streets and we were staying here with a friend.
There's no friend stopping here. Can you tell me how you've got access? Putting people on the street is difficult. You do feel a little bit for them, but they cannot see that you're a soft touch.
Right, we'll go. Excuse 5 minutes, so we'll get...
Can I have some names, please? And
No, can you stop filming?
but is it fair that you break into somebody's property?
No, breaking.
Well, somebody's broken by...
Someone else, but it wasn't
Yeah,
us.
okay. In such circumstances, I've had threats. Being at properties where tenants have actually said, if I see you uptown, I'll do you in.
It's out on the streets, freezing like that.
Yeah, I'm not criticising you. I'm not criticising you at all. I know people deserve a place to stop.
So what's going to happen then?
In what respect?
Well, what are we getting arrested?
Why should you? You're leaving peacefully. You know, we've got a mutual agreement that you go in and you won't come back. If it happens again, yeah, we'll have to take it down the legal route.
Can you give us 2 minutes and we'll get everything out?
We can give you 2 minutes and let you get everything out as well, yeah. I'm glad they went quietly, yes. You can't have any qualms. They're doing wrong. It's a criminal offence to squat. Right. Okay. Yeah, cheers, Phil. So you can go out the front door because that's actually open at the moment.
The building is now empty. But with homelessness and drug abuse rife in the Blackpool area, John will have a tough task keeping it that way.
Who's got the warrant?
It's 6 a.m. and housing enforcement officers Micaiah Angus and Andrew Sedman have returned with the police to the Mason's Arms in Harrow.
Ready?
Please!
They suspect the rooms above the pub are still occupied.
Prior to getting a warrant, we had actually passed by, seen the property, seen a TV on in the property, seen lights on, knocked on the door, lights had gone out. So I thought, yeah, we'll find someone in there.
Good morning, is anyone here?
A month ago, Micaiah and Andrew demanded the place be closed down.
Yeah, I think so.
All 14 bedrooms appear to be empty, but when they go into the kitchen, it's clear someone is living there. But the officers aren't sure who it is.
There's evidence that someone or somebody's has been staying here.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't leave an iPad, you wouldn't leave a system like this, a microphone.
Food and other bits and pieces.
Yeah, I'm convinced that people are still living here.
Please!
In a locked room nearby, the officers make a chilling discovery.
Oh, God.
Holy ouch. Wow. Those need to come off the street. Those can't hit the street. They will do some serious damage. They're such big knives.
What are you going to use those for? That's not for chopping vegetables, is it, really? They were horrible things. Those things are designed to kill people. And to have so many of them, what on earth is going on? What are they doing there? There was a rifle in one of the rooms. It turned out to be an air rifle, but things like that do make you wonder what else there is going on in there.
While the police take the weapons away to be destroyed, the housing officers continue to look around.
You're not going to leave your washing like that and vacate.
Despite the obvious signs of habitation, Micaiah needs to know exactly who's living there.
We've got to find somebody in here to prove our case at the end of the day. Yes, there is evidence, but we don't have enough evidence. It has to be tight to ensure we can carry it further. I was slightly upset that there were no bodies in there, but it was clear to see people were still living and sleeping there.
Loads of stuff in here, look.
Ooh.
The prosecution process may take time, but until then, the lucrative rental business is closed until further notice.
We're not beating about the bush anymore. This is now the end of a line. We've shut the property down, end of.
Three years ago, Leslie Ann spent £30,000 buying the cottage next door to her home. It came with a protected tenant, a serial hoarder. Her tenant died 5 months ago, leaving the property in a terrible state.
This was the worst because you couldn't get to any of the rooms because it was just chocker with food stuff, rubbish on the floor.
It's taken Leslie Ann 7 weeks to clear out all the rubbish.
The carpet absolutely covered with rats' feces. Rubbish bags piled high. A decomposing mouse in amongst all that. And underneath the settee, there was like sort of human sort of toilet tissue paper, food, and it had all been stuffed underneath.
Leslie Ann discovered that her tenant's hoarding problem extended to far more than just junk.
Although this is still stacked up, this is all sort of stuff that came out from the bathroom. It's all brand new stuff. Brand new boots and shoes and everything. We've given to the charity sort of probably about 50 pairs of as well, on top.
Now that the rubbish has gone, Leslie Ann can see the true state of her property.
It's the electrics, it's the rot. We uncovered some seriously dodgy wiring, sort of, and switches. I knew it was bad, but sort of I didn't anticipate any of this.
Worse was to come. It turns out the cottage is no longer structurally sound.
There's so much rot in all the joists, in the floorboards, the windows, the roof, and it's literally slipping into the river. The whole thing sort of is collapsing. Lucky that that hasn't collapsed, truthfully, because if that collapses, what you've got is then sort of you've got the whole roof. It's beyond repair, sort of. It's not even disrepair, it's beyond repair, full stop. Yeah, there's been a few tears. There are 3 victims in this case. There was the tenant, there was me as a landlord, and the 3rd victim is the property. It was an 18th century, beautiful 2-bedroom cottage. Sad to see sort of, such a waste of a property. So a bit of history has gone.